whole city on my back, yeah. I ain't about to go outside. Whole free band on go. On the rest bus down the road.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Lou. Welcome back to Steel City Muscle. I haven't made a video in about a week or two, you know, get caught up with the holidays and family and all that. So back at work, bring another lunch break chronicles, try to, you know, give you guys my workout that I'm going to do this evening. I'm doing shoulders today, so today we're focusing on them delts. So I want to make this about shoulders, but a little bit of motivation too, and just give you guys a little bit of insight of kind of where I'm headed right now with my physique. Currently, I'm 6'2", still 213 pounds. I didn't want to go over 210, but it seemed like the heavier lifting, even though I was still looking a little bit leaner, I was filling out a little bit, so the numbers went up on the scale. So I don't really, you know, it doesn't really bother me as long as I'm still leaner, and if I'm improving, you know, the numbers just a ballpark. So screw it. I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July, you know, ate some good food up in you. But if you did, you know, shear off the diet a little bit. What you want to do is make sure you're in a calorie deficit the next, you know, couple days. It takes 72 hours for fat cells to form. So, you know, you got a good 48 hours to make sure that, you know, you're in a calorie deficit so that those new fat storage cells aren't formed, so you can kind of get away with that, which you did like yesterday for the holidays. But back to this workout. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to just maintain a level of conditioning, and if I gain size or get bigger from it, fine. If I lose size from it, fine. But I'm trying to do maintenance on my conditioning by, you know, keeping my calories the same calories every day. Still good clean sources. You know, I might play with the amount of fats, the amount of carbohydrates, but I'm still doing, you know, the ketosis and intermediate fasting kind of combined approach. I don't eat until usually right after this lunch break, after I make my videos, so I go back. My first meal is always just protein. It's usually close to the workout because I work until what, 6. I do my lunch from 3 to 4. In between those 2 hours from 4 to 6 is when I get a couple meals in. I'll eat 1 meal each hour. I'll take in the first meal about a good 40 grams of protein. That second hour, I'll get some carbohydrates in me, and my pre-workout supplements, if I'm using any that day, which I, you know, just vitamins, minerals, maybe a creatine, and go from there and prepare for the workout. And then after the workout, I'll do a, you know, low protein, high carb meal, and then I'll do a lot of protein for the rest of the evening. And fats, healthy fats. I'll get some healthy fats in me and keep my joints okay. I love avocados, you know, eggs, whole eggs. I love those. And I love whole eggs before I go to bed. You know, the cholesterol, people say, oh, what about the cholesterol? Don't worry about that. Because like I said, if you're doing a ketosis diet, you're trying to switch your body's energy sources to fat anyway to utilize body fat, but it needs fat for fuel. Plus it's great for hormonal production. So, you know, while I'm asleep, I'm producing hormones. Those healthy fats are great for that. And if you are big on breakfast, you know, which I usually am, other than, you know, when I'm fasting, but you need those healthy fats first thing in the morning as well, not carbs, to help for hormonal usage and production of your HGH and things like that. So, but back onto the shoulders. So today, I've been lifting heavy. I started lifting heavy last week, increasing my weights just to add a little bit some fullness to me, but maintaining my body fat. So currently I'm trying to stay around 2,400 calories, 24 to 2,500 calories a day. I try to cram that in around my workouts. Like I said, I keep my 10% of my diet, which is carbs. I keep that right before and right after my workout, and the rest of it, you know, increase the volume on the protein for the other 2 meals, and the fats, the healthy fats. What we're gonna do is for shoulders. I've actually had a shoulder injury about 6 years ago. I had a partial tear in my, you know, my teres minor. So I'm very, 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 very cautious with shoulders, even though I love them. I love training them. I love lifting heavy with them. But when I do with shoulders now, the only body part that I do heavy with are, you know, my military presses. That's about it. But like all workouts, my workouts start with, you know, all upper body workouts, like I said in previous videos, start with a warm-up. My warm-up, I might do 10 minutes on the treadmill, you know, high incline, real tight, you know, hard squeezing the hamstrings, glutes, calves, and just squeezing upper body here and there, just to try to get my body in tune with circulating blood. I go right over and I do 4 sets of pull-ups and push-ups. I might do 12 to 15 pull-ups, drop down. I'll do 2 sets of, with my feet elevated on the bench, of push-ups, 25 reps. And then I'll go, and that'll be a wide grip on the pull-ups. For some, you know, I had somebody ask me what grip did I use on the pull-ups. I'll do a wide grip. If I'm doing arms that day, you know, the last 2 sets I'll do the close grip. But if not, then I'll stick with still the regular grip, just a little bit closer, maybe a little bit above shoulder width. I'll do 2 sets that way as well. And then just because I want to get some blood in my traps, if I know I'm doing shoulders that day, it really allows me to squeeze in my you know, my rhomboids and my rear delts and things like that. So what I like to start with shoulders, I always like to start with a stretch, always. And my uncle, who's a bodybuilding trainer, he showed me a good stretch that I use. I take 10-pound dumbbells, I lie on the incline bench, and I just stretch my arms in rotation, just like we used to do in football, and roll your shoulders. I kind of do the same thing just with dumbbells. It's weighted, so but you do them slow, and I make, you know, 3 circles, 3 big circles outwards and 3 big circles inward, and take my time. I might pause in the middle of those circles, wherever, and you'll feel, you know, your scapulas, you'll feel that rotator cuff. You'll feel everything stretch and blood get in there, you know. So I'll do about a good 3 sets of that until you know, my shoulder feels nice and loose and warmed up. Then what I like to do is I'll stand up, and I'm doing this workout today too, so just, you know, so you guys know. What I like to do is I'll stand up, take 10-pound dumbbells. I'll try to get some more blood in those rotator cuffs. You know, that's something that can really get injured very easily with a lightweight or heavyweight. So, you know, take preventative measures. So I do a triple set, what I like to do. I call it a triple set. So I'll take 10-pound dumbbells, sometimes 15s, and I stretch. That's it. So I'll do 10 to 12 reps this way. I'll do front raises, 10 to 12 reps. And I'll do side laterals, 10 to 12 reps. And I'll go through that whole rotation about 3 times. So it comes to about 90 reps. If you do 10 reps each, it comes to about 90 reps if you go through everything 3 times. And at that point, if you're not warmed up, something the hell is wrong with you. Something is wrong. Okay? Learn how to get in tune with your muscles where you can feel them and squeeze them. Everything is up here. You got to be able to be in tune to be able to say, hey, even though I'm doing a movement, can I feel the area that the movement is intended to work? Am I getting warmed up in that area that I say I'm getting warmed up in? You know, adjust the weight, adjust, you know, your tempo, your pace, whatever you got to do to actually get warmed up. So I do that. And then I like to do, recently I started doing the behind the neck presses. Kevin Levrone, big on that. Shout out to Kevin Levrone. He's coming back to Olympia this year. But he inspired me to do that. That's great warm-up exercise for the front delts. I like to do it in a Smith machine. You know, go behind the neck to about ear level, or until my arms are slightly at a 90 degree, and push that weight back up. I stay within a 12 to 15 rep range. I'll do a 45 on each side, and then maybe for 2 sets, and then I'll go and add another 25-pound plate. Do that for about 10 reps, and then do 2 plates. Do that for 6 to 8 reps, or as many as I can get. I like that. And then I'll go over and either do a choice. I'll choose between 2. I'll either do dumbbell military presses, or I'll go over to the hammer strength machine and do the military presses. The idea is to do my presses by my ear. So they're right by my ear, not behind my head, but not too far forward to where they're working just the front delt, right by my ear. Those are my 2 choices I choose for whatever I feel that day. The hammer strength machine, though, it's more like when you do it, you're pressing straight up. So yeah, you know, you get a good contraction, but I still think it's a partial contraction, but it'll work the thickest part of the shoulder, which is great, the intermedial head, which is fine. And you can load up a lot of weight on there if you want to, if you're going heavy. So when I'm going heavy, I like to do machines just because I feel like, you know, it takes the element of control out of it. That's how you get the most injured from doing heavy weight. and losing control. That's how you can get injured. So if I know I'm gonna go heavy and I wanna put, 3-4 plates on the machine, that allows me to get the significant amount of weight that I need to, be successful and achieve my goal, but also it'll stop me from getting injured. Then all you have to worry about is, foot position and locking yourself in. The one in my gym has a seat belt, so you can lock yourself in if you need to. Today I will probably go, fairly heavy. I'm not maxing out. So when I say heavy, I mean I'm still getting 8 to 10 reps. It's been about 5-6 months since I've lifted heavy on that. The last time I checked, I was still able to get to 4 plates for a good 10 reps, but I'm not gonna probably not even try that today. We'll probably just stick with 3. I'm feeling 2 really, really good, and if it's 2, not as challenging as I need it to be, I'll throw a quarter on there on each side. Then once I get done with military press, I like to superset a lot of shoulder exercises. I think that is beneficial. I like to lift at a faster pace. Even though I'm lifting heavier, I still like lifting heavier at a faster pace. It makes that heart rate go up and down. It's kind of like, high intensity interval training, but with weights. So what I like to do is, I like to do kind of seated dumbbell raises, front raises like this, to work this part, to work the front head of the delt. I like to do that kind of heavy, and then I'll stand up and mix that up with upright rows. Which I think whenever I do that, I will go medium weight on the second exercise and maybe up the reps. So with the upright rows, I might stick around 15 reps. Still go as heavy as I can. Might use a 100-pound pre-weighted bar or the 110. I think that's the highest it goes. But I'll still get a good 15 reps with good weight. Now, a lot of people ask me, what's better for your rear delts? Because I'm focusing on rear delts, not traps, when I do upright rows. Is the wide grip or the close grip? Now, I tell everybody, if I'm trying to do rear delts, I go wide grip. Because what I want is, I want my arm, when it's out to the side, and you guys can't see it, but my arm's out to the side, I want my wrist to stay under my elbow when I'm pulling up. That allows me to work on that rear delt and actually feel that rear delt. So you want that support. You want that wrist hanging below your elbow, and that's really how you do a rear delt. You keep in that position. You honestly should have your elbow elevated higher than your wrist at all times. If I want to work traps and I'm doing a trap workout, then I'll go close. It allows me to pull like a shrug, and then I try to relax my rear delts. So that's what I like to do for that. Then I'll move on to side laterals. Now, side laterals I like to do all by themselves. Sometimes I'll superset, very, very rarely. If I do it, it'll be the second exercise, and I do it very, very lightly. But when I'm doing side laterals, I do them 2 ways. I always do them seated. I'm always coming in front of my body, and I have my arm slightly bent when I do side laterals. I don't have my arm out to the side. I notice a lot of pressure on my elbow when I do that. Plus, I get a larger range of motion if my arm's in front and I come way out to the side as high as possible. I like to do them seated. So I'll go heavy in a pyramid fashion. I'll start out maybe some 20-pound dumbbells, 25-pound dumbbells, and bang out 30 reps. And then I'll drop down. I'll up the weight and drop the reps. But I'll cut it in half. So I'll do 30 reps with like 20, 25-pound dumbbells, go up to 35-pound dumbbells, do 15, go to 40-pound dumbbells and do maybe 12, and I might do the 50s for 10, which, yeah, it's heavy, but I can still get good form and clean reps with 50s seated on a good day. Regularly, I stay with 40s, 45s, but on a real good day, I'm feeling good, I can do 50s. If I'm standing, I can go up to 60s. I've done that with a little bit of momentum, which I try not to do that now. I'm trying to stay away from that. The other way I like to do it, I like to do a pyramid as well. I'll just go with my heaviest weight, or start with my lightest weight, go 20, maybe 15-pound dumbbells actually, and go every 10 pounds all the way up to, as high as I can. Or I'll do 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then I'll go back down 50, 40, 30, 20. And I mean all in one set. So, and I've done that before, where I've done that, like going all the way from 20 to 50 and then back down, and that's one. and then do that 3 to 4 times. So, and that's a great movement. I mean, that's great for putting on good size, getting a great pump, getting a good feel. And then the last thing I like to do is for rear delts. I love rear delts. I'll choose between a few things. If I didn't do upright rows already earlier in the workout, which today I'll probably end up doing uprights twice, but this time I like to do upright rows with rear delt reverse flies with dumbbells, maybe just some 20-pound dumbbells. That's it. The only difference is when I'm doing my upright rows, these ones I'll do pauses. I'll take some decent weight and pause it each time. So I might get 10 to 12 reps, and then I'll sit down and lean over and do reverse flies with some 20, 25-pound dumbbells and get some good squeezes there. Just do that three sets. That's still plenty of reps, plenty of sets, what you need to do. So also another way to do upright rows, you can also do them in a cable. You can do them in a cable with a rope. You can do them in a cable with a W bar. But I really think shoulders is an easy muscle group to hit. I want you guys to, give this workout a try. Tell me what you think. Stay focused. Stay focused, man. Stay zoned in. With shoulders especially, you can get hurt very easily, You can be an intense, focused person without being over the top. A lot of people think that, yeah, I've been a bodybuilder and all those things, but he's always extreme and that's not in my league. That's not true. Sometimes there's just sometimes you can focus on something so hard just because it requires it, and you don't even have to be that type of person. You can be the most laid back person in the world, but let you get involved with doing homework with your child and your focus is laser focused. You get what I'm saying? And that's not extreme. That's just what it requires in order for you to be successful in helping your child do their homework. So what I'm saying is that when you're in there in a gym, put your headphones on, or work with some people who are going to motivate you and push you, and you push them. Remember, motivation is not something that should be, hey, I got to find motivation. It's just you made the decision to say, hey, I want to do this and I want to be successful at it. So shut up and go and do it. That's it. Like if I was training you, that's what I would tell you to do. I shouldn't have to motivate you because you already made the decision to come work with me. You already made the decision to do the work. You made the decision that I want to look better. And if you want to look better, forget what everybody else is doing. Forget what everybody else thinks. Only you matter. Only you matter. Laser focus. Go in and focus on what you're doing. Spend an hour or two focusing on yourself and, get out of it what you're putting into it. You're putting in the work. Get the results from it. Make yourself guaranteed, make it guaranteed that you're going to get the results. And the only way to do that is to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay humble. You heard it from your boy, Big Lou. Check me out, 412stillcitymuscle.com. New products coming. Grab a t-shirt, show some love for your boy. Humble movement here. Like I said, I want to keep it positive on the channel. Let's grow the fitness community, no matter what it is, whether it's cycling, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's just weight loss, fat loss. You got to help that, your neighbor. It's in the Bible. Help that fellow neighbor, And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to do it through this, avenue of YouTube. So, leave a comment and subscribe and share this with all your friends. And, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get back to work and looking forward to getting these meals and having this workout. And I'll holler at you guys soon. Peace.